Mombasa is the second largest city in Kenya and the largest city at the coastal region. Now, Mombasa is as a whole is a county, and then we have Mombasa town that serves as the headquarters for Mombasa County. Yes. Now, what I love so much about Mombasa is the breeze, especially in the evening when you just come out to relax by the seaside. You get to breathe that fresh air, but then it's salty. Yeah, so it smells kind of salty. Like the breeze brings with it the salty smell. So I hope that you get that point. So I so much loved Mombasa, especially places like the Fort Jesus. This place is right at the ocean. Like I don't understand how these people built the Fort Jesus, because it's just touching the deep waters. Yeah, it's like it was a cliff that like I don't understand. Guys, help me understand it. And then apart from the Fort Jesus, we have this Mombasa Old Town. Like Mombasa Old Town, if you look at it keenly, you'll notice that it was kinda the royal neighborhood in Mombasa back then, about 18th century. Yeah, and this place, how it was built, um, something signature was the door. How they used to build their doors depicted the wealth of the owner of that house. And then they were kind of built uniformly, like the houses are kind of uniform, how they were built, from the doors, the windows, the balconies. And actually, I want to talk about the balconies. These people used the mangrove, or bamboo. No, the mangrove. So the mangrove really built very very strong. Like they have very strong wood. So these are the same wood that they used for building their balconies. And actually their balconies are hundreds and hundreds of years. Like they're dating back into the 1500s and 1590s and 50s, like the 15s, and they're still strong as ever. And then the walls were built using coral reefs. You get, so the coral are always very hard, like they're like hard concrete. Get, and they don't they I think even with the time they even harden with the time, because of there's this habit of the salty water um, corroding some buildings. But with the time, like the more the moisture, the coastal region is normally humid. Like it has very high humidity. So the more it gets humid, the more the saltiness um, settles on buildings and roofs and what have you. So with time, some roofs get corroded. Even vehicles, even like if you go to some places, like you'll just find that things are just getting old. They're getting corroded. Like see this door. You know, that is the door. Like that is what I'm talking about. The doors, how the doors were used to measure the level of wealth. So I was talking about the humidity of the place. It makes these buildings even stronger, and even the mangrove wood even stronger. So these buildings have been here for hundreds and hundreds of years, and people still live here. Actually, the Swahilis, some from the Arab accent, some from the European, some tribes in Asia still have their homes here. And the good thing, they're Kenyans, because after being here for all those years, and actually they have not been here for all those years, their ancestors were here those years, and now this is where they call home. This is where they found themselves, and they embrace it, and now they're part of us. So this place, if you want to tour this place really really well, you have to walk. Yeah, so you have to come very full in the stomach, because the walk that is here is not a joke. Like, it's not so big or so much of a walk, but there's no any other means of transport you can use because of the narrow corridors. You have to navigate the narrow corridors for you to have the proper view and for you to have the proper feeling of the Mombasa Old Town. So finally, I've mentioned it. It's the Mombasa Old Town, and it's just close to the it's close to the ocean. Yeah, it was used back then as a trade center for the Portuguese, the Arabs, the Indians, like the water view. Yeah, all those people. And you can see the streets. You can like actually know that this place is a very wealthy neighborhood. Even at the moment, not just back then, but if you look at the buildings, it will still tell you because they have been well maintained. If they were not well maintained, or if they were just living a poverty lifestyle, you could see trash all over, beggars all over, like you could just see things like dirty walls, and you get the point, like dirty streets. But they have very clean streets that show that they are still maintained, and people still live here and enjoying their life at this particular place. So let's take rounds and rounds around Mombasa, and something let me just give you time to enjoy first of all this Mombasa Old Town a little bit before I explain something else. So the buildings used to be somehow cream and brownish, like painting. But with the time, renovations have been done, new buildings have come up, and so there are some buildings you'll see that they've been painted white. Yeah, that one for reflection of the heat and what have you. Yeah, so there are much renovation within the Mombasa Old Town. So why am I so much on Mombasa Old Town? Okay, this old town is one of the places. Actually, it is a touristic town, and it's also a residential area. Yeah, it's a residential area, but then it is one town that is so much rich in history, and that's why it has been put aside to be a touristic town. So you can go around learning so much about the town, how it started, how it grew, and why the people who live here live here. Yeah, so that is why I'm so much on this Mombasa Old Town. And I love it so much because you have to go walking around for you to see much of it, like for you to take in so much of the Mombasa Old Town. So, what exactly brings me to Mombasa? Now, when I started my YouTube channel some few years back, I was wondering what I was supposed to do with the channel. Yet something was calling me deep down to start a travel channel. I don't know how I was going to do it, but then I was jobless and I was like, how am I going to do it? But I felt deep down that I really had the passion to do such a content. And I knew that someday I would want to look back and have memories of places I've visited and all that. So sometimes the memory stays in the mind, but sometimes when you put them, you document them, you'll come back to see exactly what happened, like everything about the time you were visiting a certain place. Now, for Mombasa, I started my YouTube channel. Somebody saw what I was doing, and this person decided, you know what, come and do your content in Mombasa. So I had a friend host me in Mombasa for a few days, and I was so excited to come and do my videos here. So I just decided to go and book a train. I booked a train very early in the morning and I was off to Mombasa. Yes, and I was super excited because I knew this was going to be a banger. So the morning started well, the journey started well. I was so happy and so full of hope because I knew what I had started. The fact that somebody loved it already and we had not even made a mile from the beginning, I was feeling so much full of hope. I knew this was headed somewhere. I knew one day I'd look back and be grateful, and I'd also had a chance. I would also get chance to travel so far away from home. Yeah, so traveling is what I really loved the most. And because I was called, why not? I actually responded. And on this day, the train, the Madaraka Express, was quite empty. I don't know why. These days it's been long. I've not boarded it. I don't know how it's performing, anyways. But we were finally in Mombasa, and I was feeling like the journey was just beginning. I know you can see the hope in my face. I was kind of shy. I was even scared of the camera, but I said, "Lieli walo, let's do it." And this is the moment I landed in Mombasa, and just having to do my videos in Mombasa, I knew that this wasn't just going to be an ordinary start because, yeah. Now, because I had limited time plus I didn't have enough resources, I made sure I utilized the time I had to go to the most places I could go with minimum resources. So, like this one, I was just walking along the Moi Avenue. If you've been to Mombasa or if you've lived there, you already know that this is Moi Avenue, the road that gets us down there to Pembe Zandovu. So I started with this because I just knew it was just about coming from the house, taking a matatu drive, a matatu ride to town, and then simply walking and doing your videos as you walk. Yeah, so this is one of the places I actually visited, and I was so happy to be at this point. But before visiting this place, there's somewhere else I went to before visiting here. So let's just get to the end and then I show you that place where I went to before coming to town to do a video here along my avenue. So this is the iconic Pembe Zandovu, and there's a park on the right side. So this is where most people take pictures to show you people that they were in Mombasa. So let's get first into this park. Then I'll tell you exactly where I was at. Yeah, it's called the Uhuru Gardens. So you've read there already. So let's get in, and then later on I will tell you where I was at before coming to town. So I also noticed right at the middle of this park, there's this, I don't know if I can call it sculpture. shaped like the map of Africa, like it has been sculpted to the shape of Africa. And someone told me that some time back there used to be a water fountain that filled up the space you see down there, so that it looked like there were oceans all around that map of Africa. So by the time I was visiting, it was actually dry. I don't know what about today, if the water fountain is back, or how are the things, or the person who told me there was a water fountain lied to me. All right, I don't know, but yeah. So this is the Uhuru Garden in Mombasa along Moi Avenue. And in case you did not know, there's another Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi. Yeah, so the Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi is quite big. It's somewhere around Langata. It's so big, guys. Like it's not just like a park. You see, this one is kind of our park, but that one is quite big. It's quite large. There are a lot of activities going on in there. And after round and round walk around the park, we were back at this Pembe Zandovu. This actually is where people come to take photos. And I don't know, I think maybe that is the only way they tell people that, you know what, I was in Mombasa. Now, before I visited the town, I was at Kongowea Market. So they had just had their modern market built. They had just moved in and they were enjoying the resources. So I said, why not go and see the modern market that had been built at the Kongowea Market. So let me show you. So guys, don't come after me for showing people's faces. Because let me tell you guys, I was just getting started. I had not learned so many rules of shooting videos and what have you. I thought it was just normal for everyone to just appear on camera. Oh my goodness. No, guys, I'm really, really sorry. And you can even notice how I was doing this particular video. You can actually notice that could be it was one hell of an outdoor video I was doing, maybe for the first time. It wasn't my first outdoor video, but it was the video I was doing at a place where there's so many people, and I was feeling like freaked out. I was really tensed and a lot of anxiety. But I did it anyway. But let me tell you guys, I was scared doing this video. I could not even look aside. Like What do you mean? I was just focusing on my phone because I didn't want people to look at me and see, like, you're very shy. This is so funny. Now, this was the very, very first video I was shooting after landing in Mombasa, and something happened. Guys, I was here by myself. I was moving by myself. No local by my side. No friend. No nobody. I just took a matatu, came all the way to Kongowea, and started doing my thing. Yeah. So I was walking around the market, like enjoying the moment, shooting my video. I was even I was like, I'm capturing, at least I'm going to have videos for my channel today. But then what happened? I just walked. Actually, I even bought a few clothes, and you can see this guy in striped t-shirt called me in. I actually bought a few clothes from him, and we talked. I asked him about the market. We had a little chit chat, and then I left and started walking forward. But then in the process, by the way, this market is big. It's super big with things being sold at different places. Like here, it's for clothing. There are parts that have the shoes. There are parts that have food stuff and what have you. It's like just like the Gikomba market in Nairobi. Yeah, so it has several parts where different things are sold. So I just walked. I was walking around, just enjoying the moment. Then something really happened. Now, when I walked through this market gate, it actually reminded me of Githurai. Please, the people of Githurai, kindly don't come for me. In Githurai, you'll find that they have a modern market, a very good market, well built for them. But then you still get people selling by the roadside. Anyway, it's for their own reasons. I don't want to get into that so much, but isn't that true? Yeah, it's true. So I got into this market. I got in, and I met different kind of people. Some people were so friendly, some were I cannot say hostile, but they were very skeptical. Yeah. So some would really take me around, like some were actually willing to take me around and around, because see, it's such a big market. Somehow you'll walk and get confused where you started from. And then the security here, I'm not so sure about the security. Maybe people from Mombasa, the people who normally go to the Kongowea market, can tell us better about the security. But for me, I was solo. I was walking by myself, but I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything bad that really needed um, the attention of the police. Yeah. But anyway, this is the Kongowea market in Mombasa. So as I walked along, I met this guy. I don't even know what I was interviewing him for. I don't even know what we were talking about because actually this part of the video I muted it. Oh my goodness. Like how didn't I even know how to edit in such a way that I could hear him talk. But I remember there was some background music. I guess that's why I didn't allow, like I didn't hear what he was saying. But it was so kind, it was so nice. He told me so much about the market. Only that it's been some time now. I don't actually recall what he told me about the market, the security, everything around there. I don't recall what he told me, but at least we talked. Like he was one of the kind people I met in the market. Now, when I got to this point, this is where I got the real challenge. Imagine it's your first time, like it's among those first time you are doing this, and then you meet some people. They they stopped me. They were asking me, what are you doing? Have you been sent? Are you a detective? Are you a what? Why are you here? So it got so intense that I had to literally walk out of that market because I didn't want these people questioning me. And they even forced me to delete the videos because if they didn't force me to delete the videos could have been here. I could have shown how they did. So they did me bad, guys. But I just thank God that they did not snatch my gadgets from me. They didn't snatch my phone. They didn't snatch my microphone. So I just decided to simply get out of the market and head my way, like go away for sure. I was just imagine how I was freaking out even before starting the video. And then this comes on my way. Like my knees literally lost even the energy to carry my body. Guys, it wasn't really a good scene. Like it wasn't a good reception, being that it was my very first video I was doing in Mombasa. So I just decided to get a matatu and head wherever. Anyway, around Lights and Kongowea, I was told that at least they did me good. Otherwise, it could be a different story. Yes, anyway, I'm not saying that the people from Mombasa are bad people, or actually, they helped me. And I actually feel that I'm the one who breached their privacy because being a first timer, I was even wondering how to do the videos. Maybe I was doing it the wrong way. I was capturing the wrong moments. I was just capturing people carelessly, maybe. I think so. But they had to defend themselves. Of course, they were wondering why I was doing that. And then another thing, since that the social media the social media thing is not something so big in Mombasa. So I'm not saying the entire Mombasa, but according to the questions they were asking me, I was like asking myself, like, what do you mean? Somebody asks me, is that TikTok? Then I'm like, no, I'm not doing TikTok. Like almost everybody who was asking me what I was doing were asking me if that is TikTok. And then I was like, what do you mean? Like I was telling them YouTube. So they're like, YouTube? Kwani unaimba? Kwani wafanya comedy? So I was like, oh, so that's the only thing they know that goes on YouTube. Anyway, not everyone, but the people who asked me that question. So I was like wondering. And guys, I've never been this freaked out. Like these people just made my blood go cold. Anyway, the people from Mombasa, I love you all because you know what? Mombasa is the only place you can get lost and ask for direction and be given valid directions. Yes, that's so true. Unlike Nairobi, there's no way I'm going to give you a good name because you guys, somebody asks you for direction and you give them a complete. they'll give you a completely different route. Like they'll even show you where you're coming from. They'll just tell you, that where you're coming from is the direction where you're going to, and yet it's ahead. Like, what do you mean, the Nairobians? Like, why would you do that? And so many people do that. I'm not saying all the Nairobians. Actually, some will really guide you really well. But some guys, some will even lead you to thugs. I'm not even kidding. So in Nairobi, if you want a proper direction, just ask the security guards around and they will show you the proper direction. But in Mombasa, you can ask anybody, and some people are so kind that they will take you up to where you are headed to, like up to the gate or up to the door or up to like exact spot where you're going to. And they don't mind, like they're so patient with showing people directions. But in Nairobi, anyway, people have different experiences. Maybe you can share your experience in the comment section below. But the experience I had at Kongoya Market, mm-mm. Mombasa generally is a very good place. It's a touristic town to visit. And for those who have visited Mombasa, you can concur with me that Mombasa has the best street foods. Actually, they have very unique spices, and they also have very good Swahili dishes. Like their food are so good. Or if you want the seafood, they also have that. Nice people, they also have nice people. But then something is that you don't have to expect too much from them. Like just expect good food, good people, and all that. Now, this is also another place I visited, and this place is best visited in the evening when the sun is about to set. Yeah, you'll come here, you'll get the street foods being sold, especially in the evening. There are plenty, like there's so many of the vendors selling street foods around this place. Apart from that, the sunset also it gives a very beautiful hue in the evening, so you get to enjoy the sundowner. Another thing apart from that is the space. You see this space? This space is so good. It's big enough for people to walk, to catch up. Maybe your lovers who wants just to feel the evening breeze, or you're a family, or with your children, or just friends, like whichever way you're hanging out. This place is so good, especially in the evenings. You see, in the evenings you also see like people coming. Some people even go as ahead to sit in the on top of the corals so that they have better view, better feeling, better breeze. Yeah, the breeze here is so good. Yeah, you can see people around this place. People come to walk in the evening. You can actually see that it's beautiful in the evening, and it is also picturesque. It is also Instagrammable. Yeah, you can see. So it's somewhere beautiful, especially in the evenings when it's time to relax. And something I noticed, Guys, someone was wondering how some people are so rich in Mombasa, yet they spend the whole day at this place. I think this place is called Mamangina Waterfront, or is it the Florida, whichever thing it's called. But someone is wondering, how are these people so rich yet they spend the whole day here? It's a mystery. Personally, I also don't understand. But let's say maybe it's because of the inheritance, especially the Arabs, these people who came here a long time ago. Those people, especially those who live around the Mombasa old town, those people are rich. Those people inherited wealth. Anyway, don't come for me because I don't have evidence and I don't I don't have a lawyer. Anyway, guys, this is what the waterfront looks like in the evening. So I also visited this place and I think I actually enjoyed this place. But let me tell you, that fear that had been instilled in me from the time I visited Kongowea was still with me. That's why you notice most of my videos, I just did them facing in front. Like I was not looking at the camera and talking into the camera. Like you get my point. I was still in fear. I was just holding the camera that way. Anyways, it happens sometimes. So if you're a creator, let me know in the comments, how does it happen to you, or how did it happen to you when you first started? Yeah, so guys, at this point, you see where the water is so much blue and this other side is not so much blue. Sometimes water goes away from this part and people go there walking, like you just walk and there's no water. And sometimes it's even deep into the sea, but in the evening the water comes back and then it fills up, so you cannot even go there. It's so dangerous, like it's so deep. Yeah, that's the point. Now, if you have a plan to come and sit and relax and just breathe in the breeze, then don't have high expectations of sitting on these chairs. The people from Mombasa will tell you why. Like, you just get a chair, like, see the chair ahead of me. Like, just getting a chair and then sitting on it. It's not allowed. Like, wait, you sit on that chair, you pay for it. Like, why? Like, you can't come and get free breeze and then sit on our chair and get it for free. You have to pay for that chair. But there are other spaces that you can sit on. Like, you can see on my left there's someone sitting. So that one you can sit. But on the chairs, like close, like the green chairs here, you cannot sit on those chairs because someone brought them there specifically for business. And I told you there are some people who will sit on the corals. Yeah, those are not rocks, they're corals. So someone will sit on the corals and just have a good evening. So I really loved this walk, the evening walk. It was so therapeutic, and it is up to now, it's so therapeutic to just go by the ocean and just breathe that evening breeze and have your moment. So they also have a Chinese restaurant over here. So if you want to experience the Chinese cuisine, you can also walk in and enjoy the meals. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get in, so I don't know how they sell their meals, and I don't know what's available and what is not available. And for those seats I was talking about somewhere back there, I don't know how much they charge per seat, but you have to pay. So you'll pay what they tell you to pay. But before you sit on them, you have to ask about the pricing first. Now, I visited yet another place, and I think this is the place I was actually really eagerly waiting for the moment I landed in Mombasa. I was actually waiting to get to this place, and this place is the Likoni floating bridge. I don't know why it's called Liwatoni. Is Liwatoni a place or something? Because I see it's written Likoni, but when you get closer, you're told this is Liwatoni floating bridge. So which is which? Yeah. So if you know the exact name, if it's Liwatoni or Likoni, let me know in the comment section. And guys, this bridge was built for to decongest the crowds during the COVID, that is in the year 2020. But later, it no longer works. It's not working anymore. So it brought mixed reactions. Some people were asking why spend billions building such a bridge. Others, and then later it stops working. Like what for? That is taxpayers' money. And then some people are like, oh, this bridge was built for 1, 2, 3, and then when the work was over, it was closed. Anyway, um, no matter what people complain about, okay, I could also complain anyway because that's a lot of money. But anyway, at the end of the day, this bridge was closed. Yeah, it was open for just a few years, and then eventually it was closed. But I'm glad I actually experienced this bridge. This is what was the main thing, like the main place I was coming to take my videos on arrival in Mombasa. Like this was the place, and the fact that I managed to come in and get this bridge still functional, whew, it was a sigh of relief. I was actually very very happy, and you can't tell me otherwise. I was so happy, and I was so happy. Yeah. But honestly speaking, this bridge actually gave Mombasa a very different face. It was looking so beautiful, especially when the sun was setting, and then you're on this side looking onto the mainland. Like I'm on the island looking onto the mainland. Wait, I'm on the mainland looking, going forward towards the island of Mombasa. Wow, it was so beautiful. Like where I'm headed to, like where you see I'm headed to is the island, the Mombasa island. This bridge really gave Mombasa a very, very beautiful face. Like that is just my honest review. But people have different thoughts about it. Anyway, for today, for the thoughts, I'm not into the thoughts. I'm into the visuals, and I loved what I saw. Like, I'm just saying, I loved what I saw. Yeah, I just saw beauty, and that's it. Anyway, just telling you that Mombasa is such a beautiful place, guys. If you have to visit, please visit. They have very friendly people. They have very beautiful culture, actually, and their culture is very modest, just to say the least. They have very good food. They have lots of spices. They have a range of spices that you can actually enjoy from. So whichever place, part of the world you come from, like, don't hesitate, visit Mombasa. Mombasa has very good people anyway, and very good places to visit because it is a touristic town, and it is the second largest town in Kenya. So up to that point, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you watched till this end, and if you want these videos in bits, go scroll into my channel. You'll get the videos I've done separately, so you can enjoy them as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video up to this point. If you haven't subscribed, kindly do so. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and kindly share and give me a comment. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know about your thoughts, and I hope we are visiting Mombasa soon. I don't know when. I hope maybe someday we will visit again. But for now, I love you all, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.